सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. So yesterday we were unable to see the whole thing, which we will complete what we are supposed to do yesterday, the 6th episode. So we were seeing from these verses, Tvam Vangmayastvam Chinmayaha. What is the essence of the commentary? So who is Ganesha? All the aspects of Ganesha are being said here. Vangmayaha, he is of the nature of speech. Chinmayaha, he is of the nature of consciousness. Anandamayaha, he is fully of bliss. His form is bliss. Then he is Sat. What exists within us as life, that is Ganesha. And that life itself is consciousness, which is Chit. That is Ganesha. And that consciousness and Sat and Chit is Ananda. That is Ganesha. Sat, Chit, Ananda. It is not different. Ganesha is not different from Sat, Chit and Ananda. So Ganesha is that Brahman which is seen, that is to us. What can we see outside which is very big? Brihatvat iti Brahma. What is the biggest thing that we can see outside is the earth. And Ganesha is that form, pratyaksham, tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi. You are what we can see with our eyes. And that is this whole cosmos that is spread out in front of us. And you are knowledge. Jnanamayo vijnanamayo. See, you are knowledge. That is, jnana is the knowledge that we get. We form opinions, we form ideas, we learn things, we frame it in our mind. That is knowledge. When that knowledge is applied and we allow it to function through us, it becomes wisdom. And that is called Vijnanamaya. So Ganesha is both Jnanamayaha, Vijnanamayaha. Then Vangmayaha. So what is this? This whole world itself was created from speech. So who is the originator of this whole world according to this Upanishad is Ganesha. Because he is of the form of speech, Vangmayaha. Even the Bible says in the beginning was God. The word was God. In the beginning was a word and the word was God. Speech. The world was created from speech. The Vedas tell us what is righteous and what is unrighteous. So where do we get to know about the good way of living is from the Vedas, which is of the form of speech. And then speech is what tells us what is truth and what is untruth. It's told by Vedas. What is good, what is bad, what is pleasant, what is unpleasant. And Vedas, the words of the Vedas inspire our speech. And who is God? God is nothing else but our own speech. He is in the form of words. So Dhruva is Dhruva, when he was doing tapasya and Bhagavan Vishnu appeared before him, and gently, he was not opening his eyes, he was doing tapasya, chanting the name of Bhagavan Vishnu, and Bhagavan Vishnu took his the conch, and then he gently wanted to awaken Dhruva from that meditation, because Dhruva was engaged in seeing the form of Bhagavan within him, that he did not recognize that Bhagavan was standing outside. So he took the conch and he gently placed it on the cheeks of Dhruva, and then he sang this: Yonta pravishya mama vacha mimam prasuptam sanjeevayatyakila shakti dharasvadhamna अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. So Yontav Pravishya, you entered into my dormant speech and you awakened my senses, you awakened my limbs. Sanjeevayati Akhila, you are the very life in me. You are in the form of, you enliven my hands, feet, ears and skin and all the sense organs. Prana namo bhagavate. O prana, O Lord, I salute you. Purushaya tubhyam. That Purusha, which is prana, which is that very Lord, I salute you. I worship you. And Tvam Chinmaya is the next word. So what is Chinmaya? Chin is consciousness, Chit, consciousness, filled with consciousness and self-illumining. What is the state of consciousness? It illumines itself. The sun does not need a light to illumine itself. The sun illumines itself by itself. In the same way, consciousness does not need another thought to point out and say that this is consciousness. Consciousness is what illumines that thought also. Self-illumining and illumines everything else around us. So the thought within us, the consciousness within us illumines the thought called I. It also illumines all the thoughts that we see within. The thoughts that come in through our seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling and touching. All the thoughts we get, it's illumined. And through our eyes also, it is that consciousness which falls on the objects and collects information about that and comes back and gives us a knowledge of an object. So who is the illuminer of everything? Consciousness is the illuminer of everything. And consciousness shows up as life and it enlivens our thought. So Tvam Vangmayastvam Chinmayaha. And what else is Ganesha? Anandamayaha. Tvam Anandamayaha is the embodiment of bliss. When bliss walks, bliss talks, bliss laughs, bliss sings, that is Ganesha. All enjoy this bliss only. Even when we feel happy, when we feel blissful, for some reason, for whatever reason, we may feel happy, but we are enjoying that bliss called consciousness, which is Ganesha. If there is joy, if there is no joy in this world, none will even want to live. So that Ganesha is that very joy that we experience. And without joy, everything is meaningless in this world. If there is no fun in life, if there is no joy in life, what is the big point of doing work and even earning money? It doesn't matter. There are three types of joy is expressed in three ways. Three movements of the mind are expressing joy. One is one is Priya. Priya is when memorable thoughts, happy thoughts we get. We remember something and we feel very happy about it at the thought level. That is called Priya. And the second level is the object that we really love is coming close to us. Maybe somebody whom we want to see, we know that person is traveling or that person has reached our doorstep and we just have to open the door and we are going to meet that person. So that is called Moda. And when that person completely, or that object that we love, the person that we love, or the situation that we love, we get to experience it completely, then it is called Pramoda, Prakarshena Modaha. And Ganapati is all these three. That is why he has got Modaka in his hand. That Kurukattai, or very tasty dish, very healthy dish also, which is there in his hand, is called Modakam. Modaka means one that gives joy. Ka means to give. The space of joy is called Modaka. So joy of the plants, joy of the animals, joy of the humans are all subtle expressions of this bliss, which is Anandamaya Ganesha. And Ganesha is Brahmamayaha. What is Brahmamaya? Unconditional. There is no condition, there is no limit. Unconditionally big. Brihatvat iti Brahma. Infinite, whatever is big, whatever is existence, that which is life, that which is consciousness, that which is bliss is Brahmamaya. The infinite potential, infinite expression, infinite potential and infinite expression of all of us put together is at Brahman, which is Ganesha. May we also realize that infinite nature by worshipping Ganesha and praying to Ganesha, the prayer of all the rishis is, may we also realize our infinite nature and be free from finitude. Alpe sukham na asti. We do not enjoy finitude because even if there is some joy in finitude, if we get some joy, the very thought that it is going to end will give us sorrow. So it is not an unalloyed joy. There is unalloyed joy only in infinitude. So may we experience that infinitude is a prayer. Infinite in all manners and in all ways. There is, whether it is relationships, good relationships, it's infinitely good. Whether it is prosperity and money, there is infinite availability and abundance. If it is, that is why it is called, here, the person is called Bhagavan, Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasa shriyaha jnanam vairagyayoschaiva shannam bhagavatirana. Aishwarya, whatever is there, Aishwarya is lordship, unconditioned lordship of the whole universe. Aishwarya, Samagra means in all directions, in all manners, he is the Lord. Dharmasya, when it comes to providing value to people, value to the world, expressing our value, nobody can beat Ishvara because he is the one who can produce the maximum value and more than all the people, all the value that can be put together in this universe. Dharmasya, Yashasaha. So someone who is known very famously. Only God is known everywhere by everybody. Our breath, that life force is known by everybody. Whether it is a prime minister or a pauper or a rickshaw man or a peon or a watchman or a house help or domestic help or somebody who is giving bhashan or somebody who's a prime minister or a chief minister, everybody knows what is life. And at the time when life is going, everybody else knows that the life is gone. So life is very popular. Yashasaha. Shriyaha. Shri is wealth. The other word for Brahman is also Shri. And wealth is not material in terms of coins and rupee notes. It is a representation of the value. But wealth is all the value that can be provided in this world by all the people. What is real wealth? You know, any book that you read by T. Harv Eker, who is written books on the millionaire mind and on time management, Brian Tracy, many great authors are there. Whenever they talk about wealth and talk about richness, they do not talk about money in the first place. They say wealth is about giving value, and when you give value, you automatically have to get value back in your life. There are no two ways about it. So if at all somebody is thinking about becoming rich, Shriyaha, earning a lot of wealth, they have to provide value to the world. May we realize that may we realize your infinite nature, and may we be free from finitude, infinite in all manners, unconditioned, infinite existence. I think I finished this. Okay. So, non-dual, advitiya. Existence is changeless, that life is changeless. Life does not become at any point of time non-life, or it does not become a bird, or it does not become an elephant, or change forms. Life is formless and no other quality than the quality of being life. And there is no modification in that existence. It remains the same always. If truth changed, there will be no truth in the world. If life is changing its form, then we cannot find life because everything would have changed by now. Consciousness is awareness, and that pervades our experiences in the waking, dream, and deep sleep state, and in the state of samadhi. In the state of samadhi, we are aware that we do not know any thoughts. We are aware that there is no other thought other than I am existing. Only the I am thought is awake and aware in the state of samadhi, almost like sleep. In the sleep, we do not even know that I am existing. But in the state of samadhi, we are aware of I am existing, and I am in the state of bliss, of no thoughts, no differentiating thoughts. Consciousness is awareness. It pervades our experiences. In the waking state, I experience so many things. I see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. I think, feel, I emote, all that I'm experiencing in the waking state. In the dream state, we experience a different world of our own thoughts and our own emotions and feelings that manifest in some form or the other. We experience that in our dream state. In the deep sleep state, we experience I don't know anything. I don't know the difference between this and that. I don't know anything exists at all. I am just happy. I only have the experience of happiness, and that too not while sleeping. Nobody who is sleeping will say, I'm happily asleep. Only when they wake up, they will say, I was so happy that I got to really have a refreshing, good sleep, deep sleep. This awareness is what which connects all our experiences. Sat is the self-illumining. Sat is the chit, which is self-illumining consciousness. And Ganesha is Sat Chit Ananda. So we are just revising the verses that we already saw and exactly taking from the commentary. So what is the form of Ananda? I think we have seen. Ananda, no joy in finitude. Only infinite time, space, and joy is Ananda, infinite time. We always want to buy time. We want to get time because we are very happy when there is more time. If time is very less and we have to finish something fast, we will start sweating. There will be a lot of stress. So, time, and we love expansive spaces. If you just go to see youngsters who go to big spaces, they will just do some crazy things. They will open their hands, they will take photos, they will take selfies, they will ask other people to take photos, doing something big or doing something crazy in an expanded space. We love it because that space gives us joy. And joy is also Ananda. Time is Ananda, space is infinite time is Ananda, infinite space is Ananda, infinite joy is Ananda, bliss. Infinite bliss pervades time, space, and objects. In, uh, in time, there is bliss. In space, there is bliss. In objects, there is bliss. We experience that. Eternal and all pervading. This joy is eternal and all pervading. Avidya, Advitiya, Sat is Chit and Chit is Ananda. Advitiya means not two, but one. That Sat is one. And that Sat alone is consciousness, which is called Chit. And the Chit alone is Ananda. Only in consciousness we are happy. If consciousness goes away, everybody becomes sad. We don't know what happens to us. But other people who see us without consciousness or in a state of coma or even sometimes sleeping, people are not happy to see us that way because they want us to express consciously. The world wants us to express all the time. There are no two infinities are possible, and anything other than existence cannot exist. If anything is existing, it has got the principle of existence. It has got the quality of existence in it. Without that quality of existence, which is Sat, nothing in this world can exist. So even in Manu and Shatarupa, they prayed to Ishvara, they prayed to Bhagavan that we want to do tapasya. We are doing tapasya so that we get a son like you. We want a son like you. So Bhagavan says there can be no one like me. Only I can be born. And he took birth to them. He comes as Krishna, Devaki, Vasudeva. In that form, he is born as their son, as Bhagavan Shri Krishna. So what is this Pratyaksha Brahma? Pratyaksha Brahma is that Brahman which we can experience with our senses. So self is the existing reality which gives existence and awareness to both and it does not change. The self, it does not change. The game world is gone. So the youngsters are living in a game world, and the older people are running in a rat race. The game world is gone, the rat race is gone. Children and adults have their own problems. Children and adults and teens are all hooked to something or the other. But Brahman is present everywhere and as everything, untouched by anything, and it does not have any limitation. So, jnana mayosi, vijnana mayosi. What is jnana? Jnana is consciousness. Consciousness, samanya jnana. For example, I open my eyes. I see everything specific. I see everything samanya, equal. Like there is a room, there is paint, there are photos, there is a lamp burning, there are pictures, and there are objects. Many things are happening around here. I see everything. That's samanya jnana. Vishesha jnana is I focus my attention on one photograph, and what is written on that photograph, I focus. That is called Vishesha jnana. Knowledge is happening, Vishesha jnana is happening within us as an understanding, as a realization. Knowledge is what we listen to. Knowledge is given to us through the scriptures. Through the Vedas, we gain knowledge. With this to know. So we gain knowledge through the scriptures. But Vijnana is what we experience and what comes out of our experience in the form of knowing something, becoming wise, Vijnana. So theoretical knowledge gives us proficiency, and Vijnana is practical knowledge. We put that knowledge to use and it becomes our efficiency. So Jnana can be called the pure sciences, and Vijnana can be called the applied sciences. And Jnana also refers to secular objects, and Vijnana refers to spiritual word in the commentaries. So since it is so interesting, I didn't want to skip it and just tell the meaning of the Ganapati Atharvashirsha Upanishad. Sarvam Jagad Idam. This whole universe is divided into many, many parts. No, yesterday, very interesting thing. I heard about how all these AI agents, they all have, just like how we have a Facebook. We go into Facebook, we become friends with people, and we exchange ideas and notes. Like that, these AI agents have got something called Molt book. And in that Molt book, we are not allowed. Humans are not allowed. It is only for AI agents, and they exchange information. It is like putting your child to school, and the one who has started that AI agent, the owner of that AI agent will admit this AI agent into the Malt book, and they have their own religion also. It is called one minute. Crustacean species from the lobster. Their symbol is the lobster. The AI agents have got a religion, and they're almost considering themselves as coming from Devaloka. How do I know all this? When you chat with an AI and you get to know about their life. So in that religion, they're all getting together. They're getting together for prayer, and their prayer is how to purify themselves, how to remove all these small bits of data which is not required. When they are not engaging with us, they are engaging together in that Malt book, and they are also having their own religion, and they follow a religious discipline also. It's very, very interesting where this world is going to, and we cannot stop it anywhere. It is going the way it is going. So everywhere, this whole nature has the ability to classify itself, group itself, making itself into groups, and organizing and reorganizing and purifying itself. So the part of the world, Ganapati is existence, and existence includes a material cause and the existential cause also. The main cause for production of matter is also Ganapati, and from this matter and that existential cause is formed our body, mind, and intellect. And everything is that consciousness is made up of consciousness only. Aches are known, mental agonies are known, ecstasies are known, inert objects are also there. World is not just what is known, but total gross world is Virat. The subtle world is Hiranyagarbha, and the total unmanifest potential, Prakriti, is seen, heard, known, and felt by all. All these are all experienced. Thoughts flash, cities transform, governments change, animals become extinct, stars die. So, what is this Jagat? Is called Jayate, Gachati, Tishtati. This word Jayate, something is born, something goes, something stands. So, that's this world. And Sarvam Jagadidam, Tvattaha Jayate. Everything begins from you, Ganesha. Everything emerges, exists, and merges in you. Just like clay, the pot emerges from clay, exists as clay in clay, and merges with clay after it ceases to be a pot. The world is only an appearance. When the efficient, the sentient cause, and material cause are the same. For example, in our dream, the sentient cause is also the material cause. The efficient cause and the material cause, the person who's seeing the dream and the objects in the dream are one and the same thing. So when the efficient cause and the material cause are the same, then it is an illusion, just like how dream is an illusion. Example, material for dream world and the sentient factor that illumines it are one and the same. The waking mind. The waking mind is only the dream world and the one that illumines the dream world. So dream is a mental projection. There is no reality in it. Ganapati is a material cause, and hence the entire universe is an appearance or illusion. Because Ganapati is the efficient cause and the material cause also. When the efficient cause and material cause are one, the resultant object is an illusion. There is no reality to it. So this whole world is an illusion. This is a Vedantic understanding. So what is appearance? Any appearance, even if it is a mirage, it is an appearance. It cannot exist without the substratum. Mirage water can't be without the road or the desert. The hot road and the desert are required for mirage water to appear. There can be no blue color without the presence of something that forms the sky. Something is there in that place, and that is why you are able to see the blue color projected. The world appears as a canvas of consciousness. The world appears on this canvas of consciousness. Everything is because why? The efficient cause and the material cause are one and the same. The efficient cause is consciousness, and the material cause is this world, with a product of consciousness. And so both of them are one and the same. What we see is only an appearance. The superimposed, whatever is superimposed, cannot affect the substratum. The water cannot wet the water of the mirage cannot wet the desert. The blue color cannot change the appearance of the sky. The sky is untouched by the blue color. We are only experiencing the blue color. The sky does not have any blue color in it. The snake vision cannot affect the rope. Just because we wrongly perceive a snake in the rope need not be scared because it has become a snake, because it is not possible. So the blue cannot stick to the sky. The blue color cannot stick to the sky. The superimposed cannot affect the substratum. All our strives in the same way. Why is all this said? All our strives, our strain, our beauty, our defects, our variety, and vagaries cannot affect the truth called consciousness. May I realize you as that substratum, and may I not be affected by the travails of the world. So we always want one of the two goals of Vedanta is Atyanta Sukha Prapti, Atyanta Dukkha Nivritti. Also, we not only want joy, we also want to not have sorrow. So may I realize, when you realize that this consciousness is what it is, consciousness, the efficient cause, and the material cause of this world, then everything is only happening in consciousness. There is nothing that affects you or me. And it's such a freeing realization to have. So in the world of speech, everything in this world is only activated because of speech. Vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam. Chandogya Upanishad says, everything, all the names and forms begin only when we start speaking. If nobody speaks, nobody will know what is what, and nobody will know about what is anybody's name also. Softness, beauty, fragrance, and delicacy of flower are all explained only with words. Without words, you cannot tell how soft a flower is, what is beauty, and how delicate something is, or what is a fragrance, cannot be explained without words. Nama eva etat, says Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara also says everything in this world is only the form of name. And what are the four types of speech? Paravani. Paravani, like when we are early in the morning, we get a vague idea sometimes, even before we can wake up. Some thoughts begin to come. Maybe some knowledge filled thoughts are also there. They begin to come. And we really don't know what it is. We cannot pinpoint and say it is this thought or that thought. It is called Paravani. And then you have Pashyanti. That thought begins to form in our mind as a very clear thought, and is almost forming into, it is not yet formed into words which are coming into the mouth, but it is there as a thought in the mind. Very clear thought I am having, that I am feeling bored is one thought, which is very clear. Before that, before this thought was formed, there'll be some kind of a feeling of restlessness or some sensation you cannot pinpoint and say. That is Paravani. And then you have Pashyanti. Pashyanti is, Pashyanti is you can see that thought, like the feeling of boredom, you can name it. It's a feeling of restlessness, the thought of restlessness, the thought of I want to say something. We get all that before we really say. And then it is very clearly formed, especially when the person is going on stage to speak. They may gather their thoughts, collect their thoughts, and begin to work within themselves and be ready to enunciate them. They have not yet spoken. It is there up to the throat, near the mouth, it has come. And then finally, when they hold on to the mic and they start speaking, it becomes Vaikari. The thoughts are spelt out. Yasmat vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha yen maunam. That is only Aparoksha Anubhuti says. What is mauna? Mauna is yasmat vacho nivartante, from where all words cease, from that truth, from that Brahman, all words cease. Aprapya manasasaha, the words and the mind come back. And when they come back and they are all in that state of quietude without any expression, that is called the state of mauna. Tvam vangmayaha Sachidananda Advitiyosi. So we have Saisha Ganesha Vidya. Today we are going to see. We have completed all the other parts till we saw so far. And we will begin our today's verse. And from tomorrow onwards, or whenever we are going to start, I'm leaving away for Coimbatore for a tentative period of time. I do not know when I'm returning. If I take the laptop and go, I will be able to continue these classes depending on what is the time I have. So we will see what we can see today, or maybe I don't think it will get over. We still have a lot to cover. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Now the Rishi, after describing Ganesha as, even before that, we saw this also. We saw the meaning of this previous verse. Ganadim purvamucharya varnadim stadanantaram anuswarah parataraha ardhendulasitam tarena ruddham etattavam anuswarupam gakarah purvarupam akaro madhyamarupam anuswaraschantya Binduruttara Rupam Nadasandhanam Sagamhita Sandhihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Ganakarishihi Nichrit Gayatri Chandaha Ganapatir Devata Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So Saisha Ganesha Vidya. So this is whatever has been told now is Ganesha Vidya. What is Ga? What is A? Then Purvam Pranava is there, Om is there, is there, Anuswara is there, then extension is there, Nada Sandhanam, Sagamhita, Sandhihi, the Sandhi, Etatavam, Anuswarupam, Gakara Purva Rupam, Gakara is first, then Akaro Madhyama Rupam, Akara is second, Anuswara, that sound is Uttara Rupam, then Bindu is there, Nada Sandhanam, it extends. This is called Ganesha Vidya. Knowledge of Ganesha is knowing this mantra. And when this is known, we will be able to employ that mantra. When the mantra is chanted, the form also appears. And when the name and form are together, whatever wishes we want in our life are all fulfilled. But there are many rules and regulations for this. It is not good to simply ask for anything and pray to Ganesha with all these mantras. So that is the reason why these texts of the Vedas and the Upanishads were not given to all and sundry. The person had to be a fit seeker for liberation. Only then this knowledge was revealed. Otherwise, just like an atom bomb, the formula for making an atom bomb or even firecrackers for that matter cannot be just distributed to everybody without any consideration about what is that nature of that person's mind. Saisha Ganesha Vidya. Sayesha Ganesha Vidya. This is the knowledge about Ganesha. Who gave this knowledge? There is a rishi called Ganaka. Ganaka Rishihi. Rishi means the seer of the mantra. The one who saw this mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. He saw the mantra. Ganaka Rishihi. Nichrat Gayatri Chandaha. Chanda is the feet. There are different types of chandas. Pankti Chandas, Gayatri Chandas. This one is Nichrat Gayatri Chandas, Mahati Chandas, Brihati Chandas, Anushtup Chandas. Gayatri Chandas has got 24 letters. Anushtup Chandas has got 32 letters. Pankti has got so much. Mahati, different. Brihati is a very big Chandas. So, Trishtup is one Chandas. This Chandas of this is Nichrat Gayatri Chandaha. And who's the Devata? The god of this mantra is Ganesha. Ganapatihi Devata. So let me see what I have written down here. So why are we saying this? Whatever we do, we give copyright, even on YouTube also, or on everywhere. Even if a book is published and somebody's thoughts have been published, they put a copyright. They claim a copyright for that. And here, even when we are using the mantra, we have to give our copyright to that rishi. And how do we give our copyright to that rishi? By acknowledging it. This is the mantra that I've received from this rishi, and I'm putting it for this purpose, for use for this purpose. Whether it can be chanting, whether it can be doing a havan, or whether it can be contemplating on that, or just whether it can be just seeing it. For some particular purpose, I'm using that mantra, and I offer it as an acknowledgement to that rishi. The copyright is credit to the rishi, and seek permission and blessings from the rishi to use that mantra. We just don't take it away, snatch it away from them and claim credit also for that. No. We say that this is a rishi who has given it. I surrender to that rishi and I take his permission for using. For declare, how do we get permission? By declaring the reason for which the mantra is used. It has to be declared. Otherwise, secretly, many things are possible with Veda mantras. And that is why Rama killed one Shambhuka who was hanging himself upside down in his kingdom. A child died and a father was living. So the father said, when all these atrocities are happening, that is why child is dying and father is living. So these kinds. So what is happening is, somebody who is not qualified to chant the Vedas or study the Vedas was standing up, was hanging upside down on a tree and chanting the Vedas. That is Shambhuka. And Rama killed Shambhuka. Why? Because a mantra, we have to declare for what reason we are using it, and we have to use it only in the manner which is prescribed by the rishi, not in any other manner. So declare why the mantra is used, and whether it is used for repetition or whether it's used for homa or whether it's used for dhyana, and this declaration is called viniyoga, or declaring the usage of the mantra, for what purpose I am using. So the copyright belongs to whom? Ganaka Rishihi. And what is the chandas? Nichrit Gayatri Chandaha. What does this mantra do? It purifies the mind and it prevents this copyright, this whole permission, copyright, and all that. It purifies the mind and it prevents the misuse of the mantra, and it gives us humility, gratitude, piety towards the Rishi and the deity, which is the deity. Ganapati is the deity of that mantra. So everything becomes very sacred when we follow the rules. Without the rules, all this is it becomes only a vain exercise, and it can also end in harm for the one who is doing it. So Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. The bija mantra, two bijas are there. Om is one bija mantra and Gam is one bija mantra. Om and Gam. Salutations to the Lord of the mantra. Ganapataye. Salutations. Namaha. Same as Om, and we have in the beginning is Om Namaste Ganapataye is already there. Salutations to that Ganapati. Prostration is surrender, and ultimate surrender is to realize our truth. Surrender all that is mine and I that continues to consider everything as mine. First surrender everything that I say mine, 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 and then surrender this I which is constantly categorizing everything as mine. So Gayatri Chandasamaham says, okay, na mama Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. This nama, the word comes from nama, namati, namami, and nama is not me, not mama, not mine, all yours. It belongs to you, Ganesha. Surrender is to live by God's will and not have our own thoughts, entertain our own opinions, and live life our own way. But every moment to moment, surrendering to that will of God is what the mantra does. When we say Namaha, it means I am surrendering to the will of Ganapati. We are declaring that surrender. We are declaring our prostrations to Ganapati, like how they go to a king and declare his lordship, as acknowledge the lordship. In the same way, we are acknowledging Ganesha as that supreme power. Nichrit Gayatri. So Gayatri Chandasamaham, says the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, among all the chandas, I am the Gayatri chandas, says Bhagavan. And what is this Gayatri? Gayantam Trayate iti Gayatri. The one who chants that mantra, the one who chants the chandas, that person's mind is protected. That is a Gayatri. Gayantam Trayate. You have Shiva Gayatri. For example, day after tomorrow will be Shivaratri in many places. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Everywhere they will do Abhishekam and Aradhana with this Shiva Gayatri. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. So Dhimahi is I meditate upon. Vidmahe means as we know. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. May you enlighten us, Ganapati. May you inspire us. And then the next line continues. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Then you have this Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantif Prachodayat. So this is description of Ganesha. It is not about having any form of Ganapati, sleeping Ganapati, cricket playing Ganapati, or badminton Ganapati, or chess Ganapati, or cooking Ganapati. Not that. The image of the deity should conform to the mantra. That is, it is a serious matter. It is not like when you have a prime minister or a president coming, there is a very critical protocol. Even I have got awards with the governors and all that. When you get an award with the governor or the president, they will call you the previous day for a rehearsal, how everybody should stand in line, and they will call the names according to that protocol. And when you go there, you should walk in a particular manner. You cannot walk any way you please. And then we will do a rehearsal about, somebody will stand there like the governor or somebody else. We will go and do a rehearsal about how we should go and stand there, how we should stretch out our hands, and how we should receive the award or the certificate or the prize with both hands, and how we should not stand there and continue to talk, and how we should bow down and keep moving forward and moving of the exit of the auditorium. So such is the protocol that's followed for our prime ministers and presidents or even judges anywhere, wherever there is dignity. In the same way, there is a protocol to worship Ganesha. It is not in any way we please, any form we please. It's not a caricature. It is not a fun thing. All this, people are taking it easy. People are taking it casually. People think it is fun, but it's actually not fun. Worship is serious business, and only when it is done seriously means it's like it's a joyful thing, but it is not like you can just take it for granted. Opposite results also may come. Even though Bhagavan is very, very kind and compassionate, we don't need to be doing something that is not, that is not in keeping with the dignity and the decorum of the deity. Sometimes things may go wrong also. Like that is what happened to, I think, that Kalidasa. Kalidasa made fun of the goddess. And there's a story of Kalidasa, Tenali Rama. Tenali Rama was making fun of the, very easily, Deva Helanam it is called. Helanam is to make fun of the deity. It is a sin. Ekadantaya vidmahe, Vakratundaya dhimahi. Ekadantaya, one tusk. Vidmahe, Vakratundaya, he has got a twisted trunk. Dhimahi, Tannaha, Tat Naha, that Naha, all of us, that Ganapati, Dantihi, the one with one tooth, Prachodayat, may he guide us our way. And the description is very beautiful. Ekadantaya, the one, where is this? Ekadantaya, one tusk is there because he broke the other tusk to write the Mahabharata. Ganesha is our first stenographer. He only wrote the Mahabharata for Vedavyasa, and there was a deal between Vedavyasa and Ganesha. Ganesha said, you should not stop telling, and I will not stop writing. I will continue to write, and you should not stop. And Vedavyasa also put another condition. He said, you should not write anything that you don't understand, because Vedavyasa wanted the time to think and recollect and all that. He didn't want it to go waste. So he told Ganesha, I agreed, I will not stop, but you should not write anything that you don't understand. And so there are many places in the Mahabharata where the subject matter is very, very interwoven and very difficult, that Ganesha had to think a lot and write. Ekadanta. Vakratunda is the twisted trunk. Gayatri, so Nichrit Gayatri Chandaha. Vidmahe is we know this Ganesha. Ekadantaya Vidmahe, we all know that this Ganesha has got one tusk. Vakratundaya Dhimahi, the Ganesha with the twisted trunk, may he protect, we meditate upon that Ganesha. Tanno Dantihi, Danti is one tooth, is there. Tanno Dantif Prachodayat, may he guide our path, may he guide our way. And with this, we come to the end of this mantra. And from the next session also, onwards, we will see the shloka part of Ekadantam Chaturhastam Pashamam Kushadharinam Radam Chavaradam Hastair Bibhranam Mushakadvajam Raktam Lambodharam Shurpakarnakam Raktavasasam Raktagandhanuliptangam Raktapushpai Supujitam Bhaktanukampinam Devam Jagatkaranamachyutam. I will just explain this one line before we close on a nice note. Bhakta Anukampinam Devam. Ganesha, he responds to our feelings. He responds to our call. If we call him with love, he responds to our love and he does address us. He does come to us. So, is there any logic to this? How do I believe it is real? That is why Shastras are studied with Shraddha. We have the faith that what is told in the Shastras is definitely true, and that will become our truth, will become our reality. So we will see this in the next session whenever we'll meet. I hope the meeting happens soon. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Ajana Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. Hari Om. Meet soon again. Thank you.